So this short video is going to have a look at yoga straps and how you can use a yoga strap in your practice. Again, a yoga strap, as all of this equipment isn't necessary to your yoga practice, but it can definitely maybe help you get into shapes or stay in shapes for a longer period of time because it brings a bit more comfort to the body. So I'm going to give you a few ways that I use a strap. So I'm going to come down to my back first of all, and I'm going to come into a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to lift one leg up towards the ceiling, and my hand can't reach my foot in this position. I can reach behind my leg. It does feel quite intense in my knee, actually. I can go a bit further up, but I don't think that is going to be comfortable for a long time. If I put a yoga strap just around the sole of my foot, then it means that I've got contact between my foot and my hand, even though my hand can't quite reach. So now I feel a bit more comfortable and supported in this position. I'm going to stretch my lower leg out. And actually, it's perfect. If my leg just needs to be a little bit further away from my body, it means that I've still got contact with that foot and I can just support that leg in this position. And I can slowly bring the leg up just by moving my arms. I can bring my grip further up the strap if I want to, or I can bring my grip further down. I can find a position for my arms and shoulders that just feels a bit more comfy for me to allow me to stay in this position for a little bit longer. If I put both sides of the strap in the same hand as leg that is lifted, now I can float my leg out to the side. And again, I can control where that leg is and where that foot goes, even though I can't reach my foot, because I've got that contact between my hand and my foot. And now I can use my strap to just gently lift my leg back up to that central position. So I do love using a yoga strap for a hamstring stretch when we're lying down. And equally, it can be used for a hamstring stretch seated. So if I stretch one leg out in front, and I can use my hands and I can just walk down my leg or down, and fold over my leg if I'd like to. But it just gives a slightly different feel to it if you pop the strap around your foot, because now that rather than walking down and potentially really hunching over as you walk, I've got contact with that foot through the strap with my hands. And if I just gently keep a lovely length to the spine, I can just pull myself forwards. So this really encourages a long spine as I come into my forward fold, because I'm aiming for the crown of my head to reach my foot. So I'm not tempted to kind of hunch over and back while I'm trying to get my forehead down to my knee. I'm keeping a length in that spine, which is a much safer way for the back to stretch the hamstring. So I love using a yoga strap for any hamstring stretch, actually. And in every class I do, I always say to people, have a strap next to you just in case we need it. And we often do use the strap. So I'm going to shift you around to the front, and I'm in the same position here. And just to give you another idea of how we sometimes use the strap. So now, rather than bringing my body forwards to my leg, I can lift my leg up and bring my leg towards my body. And again, let me hold with the other hand. I can't reach my foot. So I wouldn't be able to do this with a straight leg without the strap. I wouldn't be able to achieve this movement or this motion without the use of the strap. So I always use a strap in a hamstring stretch. It's not necessary, you don't have to, but I love the way that it feels. It just gives me a length through the spine as I'm stretching the hamstrings, which I love the feeling of. Another way that I do use a strap is by bringing some movement into the shoulders. So holding the strap quite widely. I really enjoy using the strap when I'm doing exercises for the upper body, stretches and movements in the shoulders. Maybe you're bringing your arms up and encouraging that top arm up closer towards the ear. So just creating space in those shoulders and bringing that arm in a fixed position so that it doesn't slide away and tend to kind of float outwards. If you're holding the strap, then it will stay in that position and won't have a tendency to float in a different direction to where you want it to be. So I love using the strap for that. And one more that I'm going to show you, which is cow face pose. I turn around, my hands don't reach each other behind my back. So if I have to come into this pose, then I would use my strap in my top hand, and then I can catch hold of it with the bottom hand and just encourage those hands together. So again, it's about creating contact between those different body parts that can't quite reach each other without a bit of help. So I do love a yoga strap. And the great thing about this also is that it doesn't have to be a yoga strap. You can use a belt or like the tie on your dressing gown. There are a number of different things that you can use. It doesn't have to be a yoga strap that you buy. So have a little play and an experiment and see whether a yoga strap makes any of these postures, movements, poses easier for you, and just, investigate how it feels. It's always good to try something different.